Well, we are back. Give me 1 second here. We're back and we got a great episode for you today. We're going to be talking about how we told you in 2016. Now, we're not trying to come with a we told you stance. We're going to phrase it very gently, but there was a point that the Calexit movement was making in 2016, which was that this is Trump's America. Now, a lot of Californians didn't want to hear that. They believed the foreign government put him in charge. They believed he represented a minority of voters. They believed he was a fluke. Doesn't really represent America, not really what America's about. Everybody said that in 2016. Well, now the media has a totally different stance, and it's basically exactly what Calexit alone said in 2016. Donald Trump is not a fluke, and he does represent America. This is Trump's America. So in 2016, when Trump won, we in Calexit were telling everyone in California, Trump is America. People outside of California like this guy, and he represents their values. Now, no one in California wanted to hear that. Nobody would back us up. Nobody would hear us at all. No, no, no. Foreign government put him in charge. He represents a minority of voters. It's a fluke. He doesn't represent America. No matter what, he doesn't represent America. That's gone now. Now liberals are saying what we said 8 years ago. Finally, mainstream media is where the Calexit movement was 8 years ago. They're ready to accept that this is Trump's America. And so for Californians, you're going to have to ask yourself, you're permanently tied to Trump's America. He's not a fluke. This is what America is. It's always going to be this way, and you're tied to it. Well, I understand some people may not want to believe that, so we'll go into the details. These are all the faces I'm going to show you. Also, Newsweek magazine, mainstream media finally accepts talking points Calexit made 8 years ago. This is Trump's America. Now, why are we saying this? Well, because in 2017, 2016, Californians were told to join the resistance movement. They were told, well, you don't need to Calexit and leave the Union. Trump's a fluke. So we can resist him and we can use the federal government to fix him. It's called the resistance movement. 2016, 2017, well covered. We're going to resist Trump and make him recognize that he's wrong, and we'll snap everything back into place. Well, now it's the year 2024. And The Hill, Breaking Points, MSNBC, Breakfast Club, OLURINATTI, MSNBC, IHIP, Roland Martin, Late Show with Stephen Colbert, The Daily Show, and Brian Tyler Cohen. All basically are repeating Calexit talking points, and we're going to show you step by step. So here we go. Let's go with the first one, which is The Hill. And I'm going to turn off the chyron at the bottom just so that you can see the whole thing. So this shows you the exact minute that they're saying it and the episode. This is The Hill. Libs exchange protests for cupcakes and tears over Trump win. What's changed? Give me 1 second. We're going to cue this up. It's a normal afternoon. 1 second. I got to get the commercial. This is going to be a little, it'll take a little bit of effort to get through, but we'll do it.
Felt in 2016, but I wonder also, as part of it, just liberal fears about what kind of country they are living in, because they felt that yes, we had fears about Donald Trump in 2016, then you had his presidency, then you had January the 6th, then you had all the things that he says.
So that's the first one. What kind of country are we living in? Let's go to the next one. Crystal from Breaking Points. 1 second. Let me show you that. Okay, here we go.
It wasn't a fluke. By the way, people aren't just rejecting Democrats. They're doing that. They're also embracing this particular candidate. I mean, he outperformed every Republican on the ballot.
Yes.
So let's reckon with that too, and what that says. But on the Demo, people aren't just reject bad candidate and Russian interference and whatever. Now it's like, no, okay, no, this wasn't a fluke.
Okay, so that's Crystal. Now we're going to go to Sagar and Jetty, who works with her. 1 second. Here we go. Sagar.
The quote-unquote resistance is not going to be the same. Last time around, they had two pillars that they could correctly cling to.
Right.
I'm sorry, one was correct, the other was bullshit.
Delusional.
The first one was the popular vote and the one-off thing,
Sure.
right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
that's fair, right? He actually didn't win the popular vote. Hillary did. So they could talk about that. They're like, well, it wasn't a rejection of us. It was just a couple of ways. The swing state, Trump is a one-off, etc. Number two also was Russiagate. Is they were like, this is fundamentally like an illegitimate president. But so obviously Russiagate turned out to be bullshit. And also, frankly, the entire like, this is a one-off thing is also turned out to be bullshit. So when we put those two things together, she is making a very incorrect bet. Let's be very honest here. This is a candidate who has performed worse than Hillary Clinton, right? This is a candidate who was thoroughly rejected by the popular vote and a landslide victory in the Electoral College. You know, in the British system, somebody like her, it's over. You resign. You're gone. You know, at best, you pop up somewhere for constabulatory or whatever they call it over there, and that's it. You're just some backbencher, and we never hear about you again. Fundamentally, it's an incorrect bet because it's like you just said, the liberal mind and all that is both exhausted from 8 years of quote unquote resistance, but also there is a baseline acceptance this time of the Trump victory and of the thesis that this is, you know, Peter Baker over at the New York Times. He's a guy I respect. He does a pretty good job. And he was like, look, elites made a fundamental bet that Trump is not who we are. And he's like, actually, this is Donald Trump's America.
There you go. So now let's go to the Breakfast Club, my brother's personal favorite, Charlamagne the God. And let's take a look at that.
To hear this electric crap.
Oh, sorry. Let's let that commercial pass. Give me a second here. Give me 1 second. We'll get to it in just a second here. All right.
That's all I got for you right now. That's it?
This is exactly why people don't read. These stories be so crazy.
What story you read just now?
Just this what's happening right now. Best author, best finisher, read. Are you?
So she says, what's happening right? Just America. It's crazy. Okay, so I know that's not as written out as the others, but it's on the Breakfast Show, and she's going, I can't believe the country I live in. We're going to go to OLURINATTI. I believe this her name is OLURINATTI. OLURINATTI. Here we go. 1 second.
Donald Trump won the 20.
319. Okay, give me a second. We're doing this.
Women, that it hates immigrants, and that it hates Kamala Harris not for who she is, but what she is. But people wanted her to win. We wanted her to win. They wanted to believe she could win. They wanted to feel optimistic, which required them to believe America was not America. So they convinced themselves Kamala Harris could win if she did X, Y, Z. If she ran a particular kind of campaign, if she was more left, if she was less left, if she laughed less, if she talked more, the list goes on. And people...
Okay.
We will lose our rights. And many of us will lose our lives. You are not dunking on the Dems. You are dunking on us. The joke is on us. America is not who many leftists want to believe it is. The truth is that this country is deeply, deeply racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, fundamentally hateful, and...
Okay, so I think you get the idea there. Now let's go to MSNBC. Here you go. Give me 1 second.
Diamonds.
one aide in particular was telling me I need to figure out how to love people that I disagree with. So there's also not just the sort of work that needs to be done on the grassroots, but also how do Americans, when they're waking up and half the country is feeling like democracy is in danger and all of the different things that the vice president was saying about former President Donald Trump, how do they wrap their minds around the fact that this is a country that they love and that they have fellow Americans that they have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. So a lot of that is just how do I deal with this country overall.
Yeah, Yamisha, thank you for that clarification. It's 4:20 in the morning.
So what is America and how do I deal with my fellow Americans? She also said it just got darker and darker. Okay, now let's go to another one. This is IHIP.
There's no point.
1 second here, and we're looking for 38 seconds in. Just a second, let me cue that up so you can see exactly who we're talking about. Here is IHIP.
Point saying good morning. Former President Trump is shocking, devastating, terrifying, all at the same time. I couldn't believe my eyes when I was looking, and to think that he's going to win the popular vote is jaw-dropping. And I just look at it and I think, so hate and division and anger and rage and cruelty is what the American people want. And they sent a clip.
There you go. All right, now we're going to go to Roland Martin. There's Roland Martin. I occasionally check him out. And let me show you what Roland Martin had to say at 1 minute in. Just a second. Sorry.
It is called America. This country has decided that, you know what? Trump, those are our values. In fact, he's actually poised to win the popular vote. Wow. When you look at states like New York, New Jersey, Trump was a democracy. Absolute fear of the future changing of this country. The Constitution, Declaration of Independence, that wasn't democracy. Black men couldn't vote. Men of means couldn't vote. Women couldn't vote. Black folks couldn't vote. I mean, if you were not a white man who owned land, you couldn't vote. So there's been a constant effort to change this country, to change its values. So what you've seen tonight is this country has decided that, you know what, Trump, those are our values. In fact,
there you go. All right, now we're going to go to The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. And give me 1 second to cue that up.
Welcome.
Weird white blob. This is rough. Last time Trump won, it felt like a grotesque fluke. This time, America knew exactly what they were getting, and they went hard for him anyway.
There you go. All right, next we're going to go to The Daily Show. And here we go. Give me 1 second.
That America is the one that needs the diagnosis. She lost. I care why he won. We makes sense. Why not? Honestly, I don't really care why she lost. I care why he won. We have spent so much time diagnosing Donald Trump and what his actions say about him. He's a dictator. He's a fascist. He's a malignant narcissist whose blood type is fryer oil. But it's pretty clear that America is the one that needs the diagnosis, because whatever's wrong with him, we love it. In this,
there you go. That was a joke, and the audience didn't really laugh. Here's our last person. This is Brian Tyler Cohen. Give me 1 second to pull that up.
Why did dogs live longer in the 1970s?
All right, 1 second. Sorry, another ad. They love these ads. Okay.
In modern American history in the 2018 midterms. I hate that we are in this cyclical hellscape, this doom loop that we find ourselves in, but
that was it. Cyclical hellscape, doom loop. So every single one of these people, except for her, basically said, America likes Trump and this is their guy, and I am blown away that this country would make that kind of decision. Blown away that this country would make that kind of decision. Blown away, 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 blown away. Here's the information on those people. That's the exact moment and the show where they said that and who said it. And basically, they are proving the Calexit talking point. This is Trump's America. You didn't want to hear it before. You're damn well hearing it now. We'll leave it there.